Good morning and welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, April 9th. Gonna be a relatively quick one this morning as Jeannie is at a doctor's appointment today. And then she's got a couple of other things going on this afternoon. So, essentially going to cover the outlook for the week, update on what's happening back in the service department. And as long as everybody's okay with it, we'll do our giveaway tomorrow when Jeannie is here. Because quite frankly, that is more fun. Let me get this onto Facebook here. Once again, if you are, well, I guess it would make sense to cover this if stream here. Okay, so I think many of you have already found it, but we have had a significant number of requests to do another of the Hoffman Dream Panel classes. That class is up, and it is, let's see, because I'm going to cover classes and stuff. Anyways, you can tell how prepared I was this morning. Not at all. Let's see. Where is it? Hoffman. Let's see. Hoffman. It is Thursday, May 9th from 10 to 1. Now, Jeannie added this last week. I think there were already a number of signups. So several of you have already found it. But Jeannie did a pretty... Oh, wait, you're here?
I'm here.
Oh, yay. We need to figure out a giveaway, too. Grab a chair.
Okay. Coffee.
I was flying by the seat of my pants this morning.
That's, I think we should change our name to that. A1 Vacuum and Sewing, flying by the seat of our pants. Would you go to a store like that? Flying by the seat of our pants, sewing and vacuum.
I still prefer a walk-through smell like roses.
That would be funny too.
So it's been a long time since we've done an event, and we are working to figure out our event for the fall. I know many of you are asking, but there will be one. We're going to figure that out. I think that's one of our goals for April. But the...
Hey, Michelle, did you use, for the base of the bowl, did you use shapeform?
I used whatever the Kimberbell stuff was, yes.
Do you think it was shapeform?
It's like Peltex, so it's whatever the
I think
brand
most
is,
likely it was shapeform.
Yeah.
I haven't even
It's
had
a stiffer
time
stabilizer.
to make a bowl, but let me show it to you.
So several of you have heard this story before, but the very first event that we ever did, we did on a new machine. It was a new multi-needle. And the week that the event was scheduled for, they still hadn't shipped the machines. Like the Baby Lock, we did the event with Baby Lock. Baby Lock still hadn't received the 10 needles. So I'm like, do I have to cancel the event? What am I doing? The event was scheduled with Baby Lock, with the Baby Lock educator. And they're like, don't worry, you're going to get the machines. Well, they shipped the machines to us. The event started, it was a Friday, Saturday, right? They shipped the machines to us overnight on Thursday. So I had a U-Haul truck with like 12 multi-needle machines in it. When I picked up the educator on Thursday night.
She was not happy.
And so we didn't know she wasn't happy. But later that evening, so we set up, like, she's like, I've never done an event where I get there and the room's not set up. And I'm like, Nikki, I got the machines at 3:00. Like, they just sent the machines to me. And
Patrick and I were threading them and we were racing. We're like, I'll race you. And then we were sitting there. Patrick won every time.
I went back. I made her go to bed at midnight. Right before we left, the educator and Jeannie decided we had set the room up looking this way. And right before we left, they went, the room's got to be facing that way. So I took them out for dinner, ate dinner, dropped Jeannie off at home, much to her chagrin. And I'm like, you've got to sleep. You've got to perform tomorrow. Drove back to the event location. And by myself, I moved the room 90 degrees. Multi-needles.
And it was, they were on stands.
They weren't on stands. They were on tables. We did not have 10 stands. They were on tables. I had one stand. So I'd move the machine to the stand, and then I'd turn the machine sideways, and I'd move the table, and I'd move everything, and then I'd take the machine and move it back to the table. And it was like Gail just said, it was a fabulous event.
It was super fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And the night that the event ended, my rep calls me and he's like, Patrick, I don't know how you guys pulled that off. I don't think I've ever heard an educator that mad. Like the educator, when I dropped her off at her hotel, called my rep and just lit him up. Like, I can't believe you set me up with these newbies and these people that had never done an event. And I think we broke a record for the number of multi-needles sold.
It all turned out great.
It was awesome.
And But
every time we saw her, she's like, you guys just walk through and smell like roses every time.
So we're
punching above our weight, I guess.
Punching above our weight. And we always end up having fun. And it's like, is it like ducks? Are they the ones that are like underneath the water?
No, those are swans.
We're like swans. We're gorgeous like swans. We're like kicking so hard underneath the water. That's us. That's us at all times. But I think Patrick mentioned to you that we were away this weekend.
We haven't yet. I haven't even talked about that. We were stuck behind that accident on 80 last night.
Well, we worked on Friday and then went straight home and we drove to Salt Lake.
We worked on Saturday.
And drove straight home, finished packing up the cars, drove to Salt Lake, got there at like 1 a.m. and we were there mostly we were moving our kids in, like getting them set up in the house they're going to be in for the year. And so we were there, got up. I think we met them for breakfast.
38,000 steps later.
14 miles. I didn't do all of
that.
That
was only one day. That was Saturday. Sunday.
Yes, because, we took the dogs with us, and that's like...
Well, we walked the dogs, but it was just nonstop. We got home last night, and I said,
it was horrible.
Beyond the driving, I don't feel like I stopped moving.
Because we were how long were we gone?
It was a 36-hour trip.
Including our driving? Not
No, it was
including
like
it.
48 hours, including the drive.
Yes, and if you know me, I go to Salt Lake and I want to go to the Sundance Factory.
She got to
outlet.
shop yesterday.
No.
She got to shop
Okay,
yesterday.
this is
She
what
got
shopping
to shop
is.
yesterday.
10 minutes.
She shopped all day Saturday. Don't listen to this.
No, it wasn't. Violet and I went to Home Goods. We went to Home Goods, got her a rug and some stuff for the house. And
Costco. We got to go to Costco.
We got to go to Costco.
Yep. We got to go to Target.
And we got to go to Target. And it was like...
We didn't have time for Home Depot.
And
we didn't have time.
Yesterday, they have an olive and cocoa outlet there, which I didn't know. It was in Trolley Square. And they have a Sundance outlet. And I was like, I want to go. Patrick goes, you can go to one and you get 10 minutes. This is what he's like, you got to go shopping. I'm not, hey.
We had to drive
Patrick,
home.
I'm not complaining. I'm just telling them. It's not a complaint. So he was like, you get 10 minutes. That was so I've never been to the olive and cocoa outlet. So I went there and I was like, can I have 16 minutes? Because it was I go, can I have 14 minutes? Because it was 3:16. So I was like, and it's going to take me a couple minutes to find it and walk there. So he gave me 16 minutes. I called him while I was checking out, ran back to the car with all the stuff, and then we hit the road again. And I didn't even get to go to my beloved Sundance outlet. He goes, you can choose. I go, 10 minutes at Sundance would be torture. I'd be like, just looking around.
She has to touch everything at Sundance.
It's a place where you got to dig for the deals.
It's a tactile place. You have to touch.
I don't know if anyone's been there, but you got to dig for the deals. You can't just it's not a retail store. Oh my God, is there something amazing in this box? So I was like, I can't, let's just take me to the other place. I could maybe do that.
And it was fun. It was exhausting.
The trip was great. We saw the kids. We got to meet their friends. They have two totally different group of friends because we hosted a dinner at the house. Yeah, it was super fun. It was super great. But it was really, I was like...
We worked hard the whole time.
We did because we cleaned the house. We moved stuff in. I've never seen a more disgusting dishwasher in my life.
Oh my God.
That was horrible.
Girls, if you watch the live stream, you were amazing stewards of the house, but you have to clean the filter in the dishwasher.
I didn't know that. You know what? I've never cleaned the filter in the dishwasher.
You would have been those girls.
This guy does it. I didn't even know you had to do that. This guy does it all. So, what type of shop are those? So, no, Olive and Cocoa is like a gift shop. And they have just beautiful...
It's like homewares and decorations. And...
Yeah, and it's just... And I get the catalog, and I don't know how I ever got the catalog. I've never ordered from them.
It's probably because Sundance shoppers.
No,
shop
I've
at
never
Olive and Cocoa.
ordered from them before because it's really expensive. I'm like, ooh, I love that, but it's so pricey. But it was an outlet, and so I got a couple
40% off outlet prices.
I think off the retail prices. And so I was like, I can afford that. Okay, so and then Sundance, yeah, my shirt.
We're gonna spend the whole live stream
my shirt
talking
is
about
from
other
Sundance,
people's shops.
but not my jacket. My jacket. This is the one that Stephanie calls my bathrobe. It looks like a bathrobe.
It's I like your cape better.
Yes, and Are there any questions?
So
The spa.
where's the filter?
Margaret doesn't know either. Like, we opened it and we were like, oh, just the smell of that. And then I just gloved up, put on my gloves. I was like, I'll clean it.
Well, I pulled the filter out and I was like, oh, we gotta go deep.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like right in the bottom because I don't think the girls were rinsing their dishes, just putting them in. So it's like all the food for the year and it no longer looked like food.
So you don't replace it, you like clean it. I don't rinse most of our dishes in our dishwasher, but like if you don't, then you have to take the filter out and because the filter essentially keeps the but like they had food that had turned into something else that had grown other stuff.
It's okay if they
it's
are.
good
It's
because
a
it's a
learning
learning
experience for them,
experience.
right?
We actually know their new landlord, and we were talking to their new landlord. Like, they did great. The house was really clean, no damage. They don't know how to deal with the dishwasher.
Yeah, so you might want to explain that to them. And I wouldn't know to explain that to my kids. I don't think
I have shown Kai from day one.
my places like straight out of college didn't even have dishwashers.
These kids are just
That was like
spoiled.
in Boston, and maybe we had a dish.
I doubt it. Like, a
I
lot
don't
of my
think
first
we
apartments
even.
didn't have
I don't
dishwashers
think we
either.
even had a dishwasher in
I
my
was the
first couple
dishwasher.
of apartments. I was the dishwasher too. I just hand washed everything, and it was like so. It was so. I was like, they have a couch there. It came with the house, and it's this leather sectional, and it's disgusting.
flaking.
Yeah, all the leather is
It's
like
not leather. It's pleather.
it's pleather.
And
Yes.
the pleather is pleathering.
And I was like, Patrick, let's go get him a new
The
sectional.
couch is totally comfortable.
My kids are fine with it. They're like, it's fine. Who cares? We'll just sit on it. And I have to remind myself
They're
that
in
it's
college.
that
This is not our house. This is their house.
they're in college, and
You think about the disgusting places we lived in when we were in college.
so I sent out. So I see that, Alice. I sent out the playlist. And so what I'm worried about is that not everyone is getting the emails, but I sent the playlist. I loaded it, and then I sent it out the next day. So everyone should have the playlist for the day at the spa.
So
And
let's talk about that for 1 second. though.
Yes.
So there were how many people in Day at the Spa?
we had a lot.
Like 100.
We
some
had
odd.
a lot.
So one of the things that happens, right? Like, everybody, whether you turn them on or not, like, your email has certain security settings and it looks for stuff. Like, they don't like a lot of times random attachments. They don't like BCC'd or automated emails. They don't like group
BCC.
emails. So, when we essentially send out our calendar invites, when we send out group messages, when we do stuff like that, sometimes
Let me see if
your email programs screen those out. They go, we don't like it. So we had a lot of issues with this particular event and our group emails. Because people's security settings were screening them out. Now, that said, we check, double check, do all this stuff to try to address that. But there were, we know just from the number of calls we had on Friday, for example, how many people didn't get our Zoom invites, how many people didn't get the links. So we will go through, make people get sure that people get the videos, etc. But, that's just one of the things we need to do as far as, we're finding out that a lot of folks, their email programs didn't like the group emails that were being sent out.
Yeah, so I'll send you see, Shelly got it, but Alice didn't get it. So I'll send you and I would love to blind copy everyone, but I don't think our Google Calendar allows us to do that.
When you say copy everyone?
There's no way for me to go in through the Google Calendar and send a BCC. I have to.
No, it's an automated email through Google Calendar.
But I'm just saying I can't do anything afterwards. Like, how it allows me to send the messages.
Right.
There's no way for me to BCC.
You can copy all the emails.
I didn't even know I could do that.
And then add to a BCC email. I don't think that'll address our issues. Maybe what you do is you open 2 or 3 windows and then you split the BCC, you just do chunks.
Yeah, we'll try and do that. All right. when will the? So
Yeah,
I'll try and send that out.
Here's the thing that I just want people to understand. Because when we send these messages, they go to everyone. So when you have a group of people that are like, I got it, and then you've got a group of people that are like, I didn't get it. And this is not to absolve us of responsibility for making sure that you get it. And this is what I want you to understand. But it's a you thing, not an us thing, right? So whatever the spam filters are, however they're set. Now, most of you have never probably touched your spam filters. So your spam filters are set to whatever the native settings are in your device. My guess is if you use Apple devices, that security's a little tighter. Apple likes their little walled garden, and so they make their stuff a little tighter. So, you know, and then there are a lot of people that, hey, as long as Genie's in your contacts, it's going to accept the email. So just understand, like, it is not a personal thing. Make sure that Genie's in your contacts. If you're still not getting the messages, let us know.
You know what would be great too? Because there were people who were like, I never got the Zoom link on that day. Email me soon. Like, if you've never gotten an invitation, if you signed up for an event and you haven't gotten an invitation, you know, a couple of days before, let me know just in case something happened. I didn't add you by accident. Like, let me know. Just let me know, because my biggest nightmare is not putting somebody into a class or an event. Like, that is my because it's
hard to keep track of.
Well, I mean, we have lots of classes, lots of people in them, and it has happened, and I feel so horrible. So please don't wait until the day of the event, like maybe a week before, because we're reminding you, hey, the event's next Friday. Let me know if you haven't heard or gotten an invitation. Every once in a while, something slips through the cracks because I'm flawed, and
and stuff happens.
So I really need you to reach out to me, and anyways, that's like my biggest nightmare is missing somebody.
All right. So regarding the Zoom link, the Zoom was on Friday. The Zoom is done. So that Zoom link is no longer active. But if you weren't able to do the event live and you want to do the event, follow the links to the playlist and you can watch real time.
You don't get the playlist until you were unless you were an attendee. So if you weren't signed up
this is Krissa saying, like, I wasn't able to do it live.
Got it.
So Krissa, I think it was Krissa, I'm actually not looking at it. But this is the March jar topper. So
those are all online. So if you I haven't had she has it. She said she has it. She has the email with the link.
With the Zoom link. Did you already do the March jar topper?
Yeah.
So the Zoom link is not alive anymore. She needs the video, not the Zoom link.
Oh, you can always look him up on our email me, but it would help me if you looked it up. You could just go to our YouTube and just type in March Digital Dealer and it should pop up. But if you can't find it, email me.
And then Sinella, that's on my list of things to do today. Have the people you send put you in their safe contacts.
Yes, put me in your safe contacts.
Sometimes, and listen, that Kitty, that's an excellent suggestion. Safe contacts. That said, like some people's spam filters, it doesn't even matter. Like sometimes we just check too many of the boxes. It's a large automated group email. It's got an attachment, and that just happens. So if that's happening, just let us know. And Joanne's making a good point. Like, hey, I always get the invites. Some of you always get the invites. Some of you never get them. And if that's the case, then that's something that we should know too. Cause like we've had a couple of you that like, you're like, I've never gotten an invite. Like we've had customers come in and they show us like, it doesn't show up. It's not in their email. It's like
and
their
then we can
spam
show
filter.
you that it's on ours.
Yeah, but their spam filter is literally not even like, it is like deleting the message and sending it off into the ether. Like those kind of things. Like if we know that, we can make a note and try to accommodate.
No,
what do we need?
we can't really because it's like, how do we know? We can't look through everyone and go, okay, does this person get it or they don't?
I get.
So what we need is, you just need to reach out to us and then we'll put you in.
So then, last but not least, what do we really need to talk about before we
So
get to work?
I need people to, if you attended Day at the Spot and you didn't get the playlist, like Miss Dietrich, I sent it to you this morning. Alice, I'm going to send it to you right now. Reach out to me because, and it's because literally it will take me half an hour to go through and break it down into segments and like, copy and paste. Because I just went and copied the whole list. And then, but that means I have to delete like 90 at a time. And so that is going to take way longer. So in the meantime, if you need the playlist, just send me an email and I'll send it to you. But Monica had asked, like, how long should I expect to wait? I send those the next day. I either send it that night. I would have sent it that night, but Patrick asked me to wait because we were going to load it as like one video, and that was just taking too long. It would have taken to load all that.
It was like a 9-hour day.
Yeah.
Like an
so
8-hour day. So
normally I'll do the event and I'll send it out that night, and I will definitely send it out by the next day. So if you didn't get it and you need it, send me a note.
So let's talk about event orders. How long do they have to get their event orders in?
So just keep sending them to me, and if you've already sent it to me and you didn't hear back, it's because we were gone for the weekend and I'm filling those orders. Just so you know, we're out of rope and we're out of shape form again. And anyways,
We've ordered it, but it's on back order.
Everything is sold out again, and I've checked out all of. So I did order some of it last week. So I'll fill those as we go, and I'll reach out to you and be like, can you wait? Are you okay with waiting? Because I think they're supposed to have rope again in next week. Could be the week after. I know, but it's more than that. Yeah, where they filled more than that. So
okay, so let's talk shipping and brother orders.
I'm staying
There is
tonight.
a ton of shipping to be done. And so if you haven't heard from us regarding your brother order, it doesn't mean that your stuff isn't here. It also doesn't mean that your stuff is here. We are going through the list, sending stuff out as fast as we can. Generally, the way that's working is it comes to me or goes to Jeannie. If we can't reach you to collect payment, it's boxed, it's labeled. I will send you an email basically saying, this is your invoice and please pay your invoice, and we'll release it for shipping. So, no, Rolo, you are not the cause of all of this.
No,
like we were talking about this last week, because like I don't know if we've had an event where we've had so many people call and say that they hadn't gotten the link. So
so what I did have, like the day that I think it was that day of the event, we sent out the link the day before, and then I had Michelle go and segment, and I think we're going to do that with our, like, we'll do 10 at a time. So I had her go in and segment and send the link out again to 10 at a time, because I know
just
people
to try to make our way through those spam filters.
Because and if ever you have a class and you're not hearing back from us, call us. Like, call this store. We will get you in. We will get the link to you, and we will get you in.
And then one more comment about shipping. I know we've talked about like shipping and tracking and how tracking has been weird. We just had another package that was sent. It's actually sent to us that was like vanished, never did anything, and then it's supposed to arrive today. So tracking, for whatever reason, and I don't think it's unique to the post service. I don't think it's unique to FedEx. I don't think it's unique to UPS because, quite frankly, we've had all three. Tracking's been a bit of a weird issue lately. So that said, if you're tracking a package that we've sent to you and tracking is weird, or it's showing that nothing was sent, or it hasn't been picked up yet, before you hit the panic button, give us a call. Let us at least work to track it down. This is probably the third or fourth occasion in the last 30 days where I've essentially filed a claim because it looks like a package is missing, and then the package appears. So
what that says to us is they've picked it up and they never scanned it. But then it goes
it
and
makes it way
ships,
through like a lot of the system before.
and we start panicking. We're like, oh my God, it's lost. Did I send it? Because we had that happen with like a Day at the Spa kit. And I was like, I swear I remember giving it to you. I gave it to you. What happened? And then it did make it through the system. It just was never scanned. So we're doing our best. And that's all we can do.
Well, and quite frankly, like we insure I want to talk about the insurance
Yes.
we use. So every time we ship a package to you, it's fully insured for the value of the package. And part of the reason for that is when something's wrong, I file the claim. We use a third-party insurance company. They're great. They pay as long as all the documentation is there. And so we basically will resend the product. If you buy a machine from us, the machine is fully insured. And part of the reason I mention this once again is we don't mess around. Like, so if you got a damaged box, if you get a damaged item, we're not going to be talking about fixing it. We're not going to be talking about anything. We're going to send you a return label, and then we will completely resend a brand new product. So Sunella asked about her issue. That's on my things to do today.
We're going to deal with it.
So we had a package go missing off a porch or something like that, but we'll handle it. So it is happening. Question about snap frames for your upcoming classes.
What about
So
it?
we have interest in snap frame for those upcoming classes. We should be able to fill those orders and get them the hoops before those
Oh
classes.
yeah, I usually try and book the classes 3 to 4 weeks out, so we have time to, if we have to order stuff, get your stuff. Yes, so you could go ahead if you're doing a. Are we talking about Stitch Delight?
Yes.
Go ahead and put in their Stitch Delight discount, please, and then I will give you that Stitch.
I've
But
got
put
like
it.
4
You
or
got to
5
put
hats.
it in your notes. I have to tell you, I look at every single order and I think about what class you're in. So a lot of times, even if you don't do it, but there are some times where even if you don't put it in your notes, a lot of times I'm watching, but Patrick doesn't know what classes you're in. So if he's filling the order, it just might get sent out. So
Then
make
just
sure,
call us too,
yeah,
because we'll do it.
put it in your notes. Say, whatever, it's an event order, it's Stitch Delight, whatever class it is, so I can give you the appropriate discounts. Because it's in here, but sometimes it's not in here. So and don't ever feel bad if you're like, oh my God, I didn't get my discount. And she said I was going to get it, and then I never got it. Just send me a note. Send me a note.
So Cindy mentioned something. My event package sat in Eugene, 50 miles away for 4 days before they sent it to me. So last but not least, it is amazing what a claim or a phone call will do. So I filed a claim for a package that they said was never picked up. I did that on Saturday. By Monday, the package was back en route and it's supposed to be delivered today. So, when the claim goes into the system, people really start looking for stuff. And I've gotten stuff so we've dealt with FedEx and UPS here where I've gone out to the transfer station and they're like, the envelope fell and it was sitting in the lining of the box. Well, what does that say to me? When they got notification of the claim, They actually went and looked for it. So if you've got a scenario like that, pick up the phone. Don't necessarily call us, but call UPS or call FedEx or call US Postal Service and let them know what's going on. They're generally very, very helpful. They do their best.
All right, should we talk about more fun stuff? Because I feel like the last couple of days I've been on here, we've been talking about this. And we just want to kind of give you a heads up and let you know that we're on top of it and we're working on it. And some of it's out of our control, but we'll deal with it.
What do we have to talk about?
Okay,
The two Stitch Delight classes upcoming May 9th and
the 16th, May 16th. I also, and I'm working with Gideon at Stitch Delight. So if you need the design, I put you in a spreadsheet. He and I have a shared spreadsheet. He created it. He's all the way in South Africa. And I love Google Docs because we share stuff. Like he's got a spreadsheet that he created just for us. And after you sign up for the class, I put your name in there and your email. And I put when you signed up. And then he activates your...
Listen to Miss Technology over here.
I love it. I love it. You know what's so cool about Google Docs? Like Patrick and I can be working on the same doc. He could be sitting
and she's watching
and we
me
don't
type
even
stuff in.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty fantastic. So the design, you get a 50% off code, and we have beautiful. Is this like? Can you see? Oh, there's the panels. Do you see those hung up? That's what we have in the store right now.
We do not have ivory.
We do not have ivory, and we should. Monday did apps. I go on to like a lot of you. I ask if you will because I love seeing them. But you've been posting your completed Stitch Delight panels, and they're so gorgeous. And anyways, I really appreciate that. How about the second Make It Mini Scan and Cut class? It's closed. Does that mean you weren't able to get into one at all? So Debbie, send me a note and I'll talk to Michelle about it. And we'll see if we either need to open up another, if we can squeeze you in somewhere.
There's not enough kits if she hasn't already got one. There's no more kits.
Are you in, are you signed up for the class and you weren't able to get into the scan and cut part? So just send me a note. And I can look on here. I can look, can you look up Debbie? Takashima. And just see if she's in, because we need to make sure you get into both if you want to be in both. How to make a panel lay flat. So, okay, if your binding's ever wavy, what I was told was Azure, and this was Michelle Burt, who her stuff is absolutely perfect and beautiful, and she does a lot of the quilting.
She does a ton of quilting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like so wavy, but I was asking her because sometimes my binding will be a little bit wavy, and she said to kind of, do we stretch the binding or the? I think you stretch the binding as you go.
You're asking the wrong guy.
I'm not real. I'm talking out loud.
I gotta get to work.
So
can we do the giveaway tomorrow?
Let's do the giveaway tomorrow. The reason why, because we're not prepared. And that way we can.
Well, I mean, that's fast. We can do it, but
yeah,
we
got. I don't know. We got in last night at. We would have gotten in at 9:30, and there was that horrible accident on
Jeannie
80.
got a tour of the warehouse district.
Yeah, I was like, I've never been out here, but we sat up. We were so excited to get home, and then we got home an hour later because of that accident. So, we were tired after the whole weekend. So we're just jumping back into it.
Yeah, our dinner was a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, we got home. We're like, I was like, Patrick.
Jeannie comes upstairs with a block of cheese, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
And I ate it into like a ball. I just like ate all the corners off.
I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "The cereal wasn't enough."
I know. We literally got home. I'm like, what are we going to eat? And he goes, I'm going to have a bowl of cereal. I was like, okay, me too. And that was dinner last night. And like he said, he had a banana and I had like a square piece of cheese and I just ate it around all the corners.
I have to go back in May. And it's funny, this morning on my drive to the store, I was like, especially if we're doing the closet, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to be moving furniture and then
you should just fly.
Building.
But I find that now that we don't have the kids at home and it's just me and Patrick, Sometimes our dinner is like a bowl of cereal.
It's almost never.
Or
It's almost never.
avocado toast.
Like that's a good dinner to me. Like
Patrick,
2 pieces of avocado toast with
You had
eggs
the other
and-
night, you made a tuna melt.
That was awesome.
What did I
That
have?
was awesome. You ate Kraft mac and cheese.
No, it was Annie's. He's like, make us mac and cheese, and I love the
I
Trader
made
Joe's
a
mac
tuna
and
melt
cheese.
on sourdough with tomato. That
And
was
Patrick-
like an awesome dinner.
Patrick insisted that I make the boxed Annie's mac and cheese. I was like, that's what you want? Okay. And so that's what we're eating, like college kids. We're eating like we're in college
That's
again.
rare. We've been eating well.
But sometimes,
Anyways,
yeah.
I gotta go.
Okay. Have
Bye.
a great day. Be creative. Make something awesome. Reach out if you have any questions. If you sent me emails, I might not answer it until I get home tonight.